Okay, what happened was in that $500 training bonus, because that was going away from the company, and we realized about 10 days out that we literally had some people that wanted to look at the business. So we went in there, talked to the people. They said yes, got in there, did their training, and everything was completed 8/29, because we were intent on that. We were watching the dates, sat with two of the people, and they got that done. And then Glenn did the same thing with the other guy. All done. So I waited. I waited till we get paid out on the next week, and we know when that payday is. So the next week on that, usually it's that Thursday, right? Okay, didn't see anything in there that Thursday, so I said, sent up an email, and they said they have 10 days to upgrade. So it says, okay. So we waited the 10 days. Still didn't see a check in there. So I said, let me send up a ticket. Send up a ticket. Said, we'll check on that. And so waited about 5 more days. Now we're all into September now, right? All in the middle of September. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I emailed Elizabeth, I think it was Thursday of last week. And she sent up a ticket, and she said, didn't qualify because the last 3 people did not complete their training. And I was literally about to say, okay, and walk away. But that night before I was ready to go to bed, I'm telling you today, it was Holy Spirit. Check your email. Check the email, and there were the 3 trainings completed, 8/29. Got the 3 emails, sent them into Elizabeth yesterday. I looked in there. She says, I am so sorry. And then she sent a message over to the tech team. By 7 o'clock last night, that check was paid. Okay. And I said, what if
Awesome.
we had not been those type of people? Because this business is ours, and you put in the work, you're expecting that check to come through. And we've never had an issue with our company not paying us. I knew something. I said, there's a glitch in the system somewhere. What happened was, there's a lot of things going on in the home office right now. People doing a lot of inputting. They had put the date of September the 9th as the completion of the training. And what I love about our system is the system sent out the email to show exactly the day that training was completed. Therefore, companies like, we're so sorry. Here's your money. Done.
Awesome. Awesome. I loved how you tell that story, because what I really like about what you did is you didn't, how, because we have some people who would have been like, what? The company ripping me off, blah, blah, blah. But it went totally in the wrong direction. I like how you handled that by just saying, oh no, here is my information, and you handled it like that because you know that the company pays out. You know that all the years that you've been here, the company has paid out. So something must be wrong. And then, of course, I love how they handled it. Oh, so sorry. Boom, here's your money. And that's what makes you like working for our company, because we get people with different issues and it can get resolved. I know we have a lot of folks, well, how come I can't talk to anybody? Why I got to do a support ticket? Because then that way they can answer you and send you. A lot of times if you call somebody, you have to give them the whole story. Then they have to go and investigate the story. And they're not a lot of times going to be able to do it while you hold on the phone, because there's things going on that they're going to have to do. And they could probably put 3 or 4 things together in the time to come back and answer a support ticket, as to working with just you with the one call. So at first, I wasn't too thrilled either about not having a person to call to talk to. But the more you use the support ticket, the more, because I'm quite sure there's some times where, man, I really need to talk to somebody right now, right this second. But they answer pretty quickly. And the only time you would really need that emergency, if it had to do with travel, so then you could call Transmanity. Transmanity still has a live person to answer the phone. So I really like that. And that's how things are moving. Things are moving to that point where live agents are too busy doing other things. So I really like that story. I think it's a good one to write down and to share with people as to why they need to mind their business.
Also,
Brenda, go ahead.
Yes.
go ahead.
That was that is a true, and we talked to Trav Manatee this morning. So there are agents there. The other thing, like Chantel was saying, we knew the process of what it took, not just completing that training, but they had to go in and confirm that they had completed the training. Now, had we not followed up on that, and Chantel's all over that, and the email only comes to one because the way that it's set up now, it doesn't come to both of us; it just comes to her. So with her watching that thing, we knew what needed to be done. So she knew better than what they were telling her. And so it was great follow up to mind your own business. Back to you, Rick.
So how did you know, Chantel? Because and I already know the answer, of course. I'm just asking a question. Because a lot of people who don't know their business wouldn't have had a clue on where to start.
The reason I know that, and Glenn knows that, and we're the people, when we came into the company, we went straight in our back office and sat down together. We went through them pages in that back office like you would not believe. And so we know where where the commissions are coming in at. We know where those vortex checks are coming in at. We know where everything is located pretty much in that back office, unless some new things have been inputted. We know where that training is sitting back there, but when it comes to that mind your money, we know where that money's at.
So talk about the mindset, because we have people that have been in the business probably the same time as most of us that don't know what you just said. What is the
Correct.
mindset that's required for the new leadership of our
With
company?
Glenn and I, the mindset is being a business owner. We came in here to own a business. So we came with expectation that we were going to excel here. We were going to earn an income because we came to earn an income. We came to travel and have fun, but we came to earn some extra income so that we could literally have a flexibility in our schedule to be able to let one of those job jobs go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we knew when we came in there and we saw when you log into that my.surge365.com and click on that home tab and go down all those tabs, you're going to run into the tab that tells you about your commissions. You're going to run into everything back there about your business, including your career path accesses back there. I just went through this with the lady. See, when you know this, you don't even have to be sitting back there to know. That career path access is sitting back there. That starfish is sitting back there, which is our membership club. The names of the people who are responsible for helping you absolutely receive your desires that you came here for to support you at the top of the page are all the phone numbers and all the names of your leadership that's here to help you.
Man,
But you have to have a mindset that I came here to win. I came here to grow. I absolutely came here to help others win in financial increase. That is a part of why we are here. And so it's not by chance that you see checks coming into the 18. It's not by chance that you're going to continue to see checks coming into the 18, because that's part of the reason we came here. We are teaching that to our generations. We're bringing on nieces and nephews now. And we're also teaching our children's children that you can absolutely work at home in this environment and you can earn an extra income if you treat this as a business, as you own it.
wow.
Back to you, Rick and Brenda.
What I really love about our company, and I know the people on this call, we all know they're not out to get us. You know, they are not out, they're not looking for ways to not pay us. You know, sometimes, you know, you have situations where people are companies or folks that you deal with, that's just their attitude. How can I justify not paying out, not paying them, or whatever it is, you know, playing the devil's advocate? That's not our company. And we are the mouthpiece of our company for the new people that come into our company that rightfully so skeptical, you know, because there's a lot of things going on out there, you know, where, you know, people are trying to get you out to get you. That's not Surge 365. You know, we actually are a family and a tight knit family at that. Elizabeth is the greatest.
Oh my
You know,
goodness.
is she?
She is outstanding. And they, you know what? They look out for us and we look out for them too. So if something's, you know, not what you think is up to their standard, let them. And they said, you know what? We absolutely love hearing from the field because there's things that we're human beings. We can miss some things. And you are what alert us to what's going on. And so that's a win-win for our company. And we're proud to be that leader and to help our company grow because we're in a huge growth process right now. And it's exciting.
It's exciting. And we're business owners. We are, I am the CEO of my business, the chief executive officer, the president, the owner. And by the way, you can give whatever title you want to give yourself. It's completely, totally open. What would you like to call yourself? Okay, you are that. Now it's the responsibility of me, like you said in the whole title of this, mind your business, and to mind my business, even down to taxes, you know, and Chantel, you and Glenn talk about this all the time, your taxes and being aware of the write-offs and being able to use your business, you know, to lower your taxable income, to get all the different advantages and benefits, you know, as a home-based business owner that are afforded to us because we are home-based business owners. And I know, Ron, you talk about this a lot too, the power of ownership and owning something and being able to invest in future generations. Do you know that we can build something and in our will, it does not stop, but passes on to future generations? You know, COVID happened. 9 billion people were locked down. We're on the other side of that now. This is an opportunity in time that's not going to be here for future generations of us to be able to take advantage of an opportunity, a window in time, you know, to override the return of travel that our grandkids and kids are not going to have that opportunity. We are here like now. Man, what can I
Absolutely.
do with this? Go ahead.
Let me share. This just happened. I'm telling you, this company is a stand-up company, people. Glenn called the home office this morning. He had a couple of questions. Do you know she just called me back and answered the question? I said, I'm telling you, if you would just trust your company, this company is here to help us. And answered the question that he had because she went and researched. She didn't have the answer in front of her. She went and researched and called us back. Thank you, Barb, at the home office. Come on, people. This is outstanding. And we also, what you were just talking about, we had some people on our team that actually stepped up. You know, they passed away. We were the people, the leaders in the team that absolutely saw that system work. We saw how the company sent the checks to the lady's husband. I'm telling you, man, this is an outstanding company. They will do what they tell you they're going to do. We just got to put ourselves into the CEO seat, do our part, do what you can do, what you know to do. Be confident that there is somebody out here today looking for you because they want to travel or they want to save on their travel. But we show up, whether it's on the internet, whether it's at a coffee shop, sitting on the front porch, because boy, I can meet some people on the front porch and just be who you are. Just share with you this hope that we have because it's working. I shared that with the young lady yesterday. I got 2 calls yesterday, and what you're talking about, if you don't know your business, you will get in a huffy puffy. And I'm dealing with a situation. Didn't share that with her. Oh, they did not pay me at the Vortex. They didn't pay me. I said, when was the trip? Number one. Oh, it was about 3 weeks ago. Well, the company in your training tells you that it is possible that it can take 30 to 90 days before the supplier pays the company. When the supplier pays the company, you will receive a check. Okay, they will pay you.
You
Back
know,
to you,
Next
Brenda.
30-day period.
I even what happened today, it all adds to your testimony and your stories with your business and the things that we share on these calls, and it's just part of your testimony. Another quick story that happened with us a few years back. We were at an event that the team held out here, and Mr. Big Shot, Rick Ricketts, came out, and we did a big meeting at a hotel out here. And Chantel invited a lady that she met somewhere out there doing what she does. And Rick Ricketts asked this young lady, how do you feel about what you just saw? And she said, well, I'm not sure. I'm kind of skeptical. And he said, skeptical? He said, you ought to be skeptical about that job, you guys. Real deal. Real
No,
deal.
he screamed it. Put curdles down my spine. I'm like,
guess what?
Just blew her out.
Guess what? She got up and signed up.
Yeah, sure did.
Back to you, Rick.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. But you know, it's so true. But one of the things that is interesting about that, people can't hear that until it happens to them. You know, and then of course now they got a sorry story to tell you, a sad story to tell you. But they can't, the job is not for you. The job is actually looking for ways to not, reasons to not pay you. Sad to say. And every job has a shelf life. At some point, you're going to be too old, require too much money to get paid, something, hell, something. And everybody reaches that point on their JOB, just over broke, journey on the way to brokenness. The money you make goes just on bills. You reach that point. And I know for myself, I'm like, you know what? These folks are controlling me. Now, nothing against jobs. Because if you need a job, you got to get a job. But there's a point that you come into in your life. I think as you get older or wiser or increasing understanding, wisdom or something, that you realize I need another stream of income. The residual income that Brenda and I created, having been in the previous company and the travel industry since 2004. And Glenn and Chantal, you guys talk about this all the time. You never missed a check. The residual income, the monthly checks that come, little did I know that would be what took me across 2008 when we had a dip in our economy. That's what took us across, the COVID years, 2020, when all of the things start happening, around us. And the residual income and the checks did not stop. And Coach promised us, he says, these checks will not stop. We're going to pay you if you are due a paycheck. And when we pass on, in our will, like you were just saying, you determine, you let them know, here's where the check goes in your will. You may be long gone, right? And in your will, okay, these surge checks are going to be split amongst our go-to. We need to have a mindset on creating generational wealth. Ooh,
hey, Rick.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Hey, you hit the nail on the head where people are looking for extra income and trying to just get over this financial hump. And, you mentioned later, people think about that later in life. I have to say, not anymore. The pandemic changed everything, and these young guys and gals are out here looking for something, looking for a side hustle, looking for a way because they know and they kind of see the end. As you work and you retire and you retire off of half the income that you were barely getting by on, and you're still stuck with debt. And they're like, no, I don't want to do that. So you got a lot of entrepreneurs coming out in the last few generations, younger and younger. And we have a tool that, if I can just, let me just broadcast a scenario. A tool so powerful, let's just say for the initial SBA or Search Business Associate, you pay that and you get a business. Now you have a business. You haven't unlocked the membership yet because you have 10 days to do that. So you strive to do that and you get the membership. But you have a business to start off with. You have access to Travemanity. That right there, you can become a professional travel agent while paying your way through college. Not only that, you talk to your dorm, just say in the scenario, you're the only one in your dorm with a travel agency, and you start marketing to the people living next to you, and you see every day, and you conversate in class with. And so now you're generating a following because you don't have one anyway because everybody's on social media. So it's kind of what we have is fit for this upcoming generation. It's so fit, and just see that. I don't think it'd be a hard task either because they're looking. I mean, all these young people are looking to you, like I said, younger and younger. I'm hearing conversations from 12 and 13-year-olds talking about, I should save up to get that mortgage ready. They're thinking about mortgages right now. And so it's like the next generations coming up are already in that mindset, and we're just paving the way for them. And once we pave the way, we turn around and show them, and they see the evidence. You hear it in testimonies on the call. The money's there. It's going to come. It's going to continue to come. And you're ensuring, just think if you start off in this business and you're in your 20s, your early 20s, 21, 22, oh my gosh.
It's true.
The sky's the limit and beyond. It just depends, like you said, and we've been talking about. It just depends on what do you want and how bad you want it. That's what it comes down to. What's your inner desire? What do you want out of life? And what do you even see as possible? And we go from there, and just help generation build generation after that.
Hey, Rick.
Yes.
I think it's also important for us to share with the new folks when you're talking about the stability of the company and the fact that the checks keep coming, about the sacrifices that the previous ownership made during those tough times. And I'm sure that Chris will do the same thing if we get to that point. And the fact that they sold their personal their personal things, or like the mansion and whatever else they had to keep the company afloat just so that we could get paid.
So true.
And so for anybody that's thinking that this company is not sold or dedicated or committed to helping us out in the field, they need to rethink that, because that's exactly what this company has been about ever since we've been involved, and even before. And so, the thing is that you got to understand, for the folks that are new, that haven't been with a company for a long time, that the company's not going anywhere. When these guys made the commitment, they made the commitment for life. But the real commitment that they made was to us out in the field, because they know that we're the ones that are making it happen for them, and they're just giving us the opportunity to do it. So, anyway, I just want to make sure that everybody understands, that's new to the company, that doesn't know our history, that the owners are committed even more than what we think they are to make it possible for us to get checks every time we earn them. So just want to share that to make sure everybody understood.
Powerful. You know, there's a reason why, and you think about this, and Mariano, you're right there too. There's a reason why we've been with this company, the leadership, for 20 years. Think about that. 20 years. That's a whole couple of generations. And we're still here, and we're still on fire, even more so than before. And we're still dedicated, and we're still learning, you know, and we're still earning. And but 20 years of being with the company and watching other companies come and go, up and down. And think about this. And the company has been getting better and better and better, gooder and gooder and gooder. You know, you think about the fact that we have the travel agency that Ed was talking about, and access to all the vocational training, the travel training, where a person can have a career. If they didn't want to talk to anybody else, they could have a career in and of themselves. You know, Ron and Linda do a great job in booking travel and cruises and you name it, selling packages and tickets, and it's a career. And then we have the vortex. You think about it, we've got the hurricane getting ready to hit us. And think about all the mandatory evacuations. And at some point, folks are going to get it, that raise the money for the recovery while going through the mandatory evacuation. And how do you do that? You do it by giving out through the churches, through the organizations, through any and everyone. The Vortex link is complimentary. And all you're saying is, hey, check this link. We know you're going to be evacuated. You probably will stay with friends and family, but if you stay at a hotel, if you need a hotel, check this link. It's going to be up to 60% lower than Expedia, you know, 99.9% of the time. And if it makes sense, book through this link. They save. I don't care if it's $1, $10, $100. 100% of what they save comes to the owner of the vortex. They're raising the money for the recovery while going through the crisis. And so you have the vortex. You got the membership. Now, travel wholesale instead of retail. Ron and Linda just used the 7-day vacation stay. They go down to Daytona.
We just enjoyed a trip. We actually could walk out the door of our hotel. I looked right at the entrance of the Daytona 500 racetrack. And we had wonderful. The hotel was incredible. We had there was a full time. We could have had another couple with us. We had a full size refrigerator, stove, and all plates and everything set up there. The staff were incredible, and the pool was great. Everything about the place was just perfect. We walked in the door, signed the hotel. You always got to get a car for that.
You're not wrong. Your job.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. Go ahead.
I'm right in front of my computer. How's that? Well, anyways, we just were treated with money from start to finish. The room was spot, and the hotel was great. And we've done the work beforehand to put this all together. There was no question. Once we walked in, I signed the paperwork, and so, sir, this is already paid in advance. We just need a card for your incidentals. We did that. It was done. And then the rest of the time we just came in as we went through everything. It just went fantastic. And so that's the second actual stay that we were able to take advantage of and use. So the company's got things right. And the staff, the people that make arrangements, when you're not sure, people call in, talking to Elizabeth or Christine, we've got help. And I know, they're trying to organize it so that we can make it so efficient. And I'm glad they do, because I work with companies that never had that kind of backup. and we can continue to go forward. We have right now on our schedule, we have 3 different either people or organizations that within the next 30 days we will have these organizations up and running as individual new surge members and partners of independent businesses. Now, I want everybody to go around and tell our friends that we're going to have 3 new businesses that we're starting in the country. You know, the United States government keeps track of how many businesses start. They also tell you how many fail. You know, how many there aren't around anymore. Well, we're part of the positive side of that formula. And we can say we're helping make the American economy better, people's lives better, putting food on the table, paying rents, all the things that we may not think is so great are really making a difference. I'm proud to be a part of this team.
You know, our responsibility is to share the opportunity and to find out what that person is looking for. Hold on 1 second. What that person is looking for and what their expectations are, and then to help them get there. We can't pull people. I think we've all have taken on, you know, the challenge a lot of times in pulling people even beyond their expectations. And I know everybody on this call has a testimony how hard that is, you know, and that's pretty near impossible. And it's frustrating because sometimes you want more for people than they actually want for themselves. And
True
we have
that.
to recognize that. Go ahead.
This right here. It's time to realize the dream. We just walked out a wedding experience that was a dream. Was so I have never witnessed a wedding that was so spectacular in giving to the guest. And
Wow.
this dream that we have, what you just said is so true. We you know, we have people in our team, and we love our team. There's not a person in this team that can tell you that we haven't poured life into them. We have gone beyond your understanding to the point where you have to hand your family, your team, your partners over to your leadership, because when they tell me, see, I'm like a Ron. Ron's like, get her done. And so there's a leader in there that says, get her done. And then on the other side, it's a compassion one that says, slow down. They're not hearing you yet. Let's move them over. We're system deep. That nobody had to train us when we came here. So we have to remember everybody's not the same.
Right.
Show them this picture, Glenn. This giving people in this wedding, I'm telling you, look at the picture right here. They paid for this picture for everybody. Yes, show it right there.
All right.
Come
Wow.
on. I'm talking spectacular. Just look. This man sat here and drew this of us.
Wow.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That is his passion. That was his passion, and he brought what we keep getting back to this. And you have to really believe, I heard you talking about what's happening when people are out there stranded in a hurricane or whatever the weather condition is. And you absolutely need to do the training with Travel Guard. I was on there yesterday and I started jumping up and down. They have so many things in place with that top package, down to if you get stuck on the car sitting in the plane for 2 hours, do you know they're going to pay you for that? We don't have no worries, people. Everything will come to us. We just have to wait a little while. But one thing we do have to do, we have to input ourselves in here. We have to take responsibility for our business. We are the only ones. Glenn can't even do what I do when I do what I'm doing. I can't do what he's doing when he do what he's doing. But we decided that we were going to come together to impact real life people. That we were going to make a difference in the lives of people who would give us the opportunity to help them. We're doing that. We can put our hands up right now and say, you know what? I look at everybody in here. People have grown. There it is. You see the picture? Outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see it. It's
Wow.
beautiful. People in here have grown. We didn't tell you. Matter of fact, it takes 5 years to grow a business.
Mm-hmm.
People, I got a call from a lady last night, and she is absolutely desperate. I got 3 people on my team right here, right now, desperate. And she says, I've been with this company 21 years. And these people have just came in here and put us in a meeting yesterday and put us in a system and told us that they're going to cut this, they're going to cut that. And she said, we're in a dangerous place. And I'm in my 60s. She said, I'm ready to get up this business. She's been in there for about a couple of months. Didn't really have time because she's working 2 jobs. We have a hope here. We have a hope to help these people. She said, I'm ready to input myself in here and learn my business and make an income so I can go home and find out who I am right now. I just want to get my life back. Another lady just went through a serious traumatic divorce. This lady has 5 children. We are helping people. And this girl is, I'm telling you, she is excited. She's young. She knows a lot of people. She's sitting in some seats on boards. And she's coming to herself. And she said, but I got to earn that 100K. I'm 100,000 in debt in credit cards that I have to pay off quick. These are the people, but there are people in our company that don't listen. There are people in here who's sitting here chilling, Nick Pagano, who brought financial firms into our company. This is a company. Why are all these people coming here? It's a business. It's a business of hope. But we absolutely took a lady. I was out on the Facebook one day. Didn't I know this lady? I don't know where she came from, a pastor over in Florida doing a big hurricane. This was a few years ago, maybe 5, 6 years ago. And I saw her, she was sitting in her car and she was talking to these people she was connected to. Nobody was responding. I went in there, I clicked on her name, and I said, ma'am, I don't know you. I said, but we would like to put you up in a hotel. She says, there's no hotels open out here. I said, in my company, there are hotels open out here. I said, what is your phone number? She sent the phone number. Do you know we put that lady up in a hotel for a few days? Yes, we did, and we paid for it. Didn't ask her who was gonna pay for it. We paid for it. That's our heart. I don't do that every day, but there was something about that day, and I was like, nobody's gonna help this pastor. And then I looked at all the things she had done in the community, and it just behooved me that we had to do that for her. And Glenn approved that. He was like, yes, let's do it.
Wow. Amen. Amen. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
And to be able to be used of God when he calls. Because you figure even just seeing her and the timing of seeing her and the Spirit reaching out to her and tugging at your heart and saying, let's do it. That's the business. That's the business. And I really do believe this, that when it begins with that heart, the business is easy. You know, the business is a tool when it begins with that kind of heart. And that's one of the things that I think I know I'm learning more and more, you know, even being here in Charleston, is to say yes to the tugs of the Spirit. And even though you may be afraid, doing it afraid, knowing that the door will be open, the way will be provided, the means will appear, whatever it is you need, you know. And if you're afraid, know that you're on the right track, right? And then override that fear and then just do it, because God can't move. He can't use a fearful person. I don't know. That's what I believe. People may believe different, but the fear will always rise up. You know, once you give fear momentum, just like faith momentum, it will rise up and it will multiply. And if it's something that you're afraid of, and this is something I'm learning more and more with all the things I'm doing here in Charleston, that's not even in Charleston. I'm like, okay, all right, okay, all right. And I said, I pulled out Philippians 4:13 and posted it. I can do not some things, but I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And the wisdom comes and the things that I need come. The people show up. And is there something inside of me that goes, yeah, but that just gives me an indication I have to overcome something to see what's on the other side. And so that kind of stirs me up, to overcome something to see what's on the other side. And I'm telling you, every single time, God proves himself. When you make a decision for faith over fear, God will prove himself that I'm with you. And I guess that is a function of the leaders who become leaders. That mindset, that attitude is what makes a person a leader in him. It's not in us.
Yes.
Leader in him. Go ahead.
I just want to this. I gotta ask this question because we have people in here and we have a great opportunity here. That team builder position, I will never forget when we put on the team builder and we were in there running with Coach Tomer, and it was the most exhilarating feeling when you, I'm telling you, when you're recognized and your team is here, your own team is here, it's nothing like that. Applauding you. 5 sales. What is your vision? What are your goals? Even Juliet calls us on our phone, and you know what she asks us? She said, I see your vision. I see your why. And you are the people that serve community. But guess what? You're going in your own pocket. She said, that's not the answer to the millionaire status. If you really want to serve your community, this is Juliet. She meant that thing. And I'm looking at $1,000 team builder bonus. And over here with this particular one, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people on here. 10 people, which brought us to 14 credits, which paid out $1,000.
Amen.
That's all it is.
Congratulations.
You hear me? Come on. And I'm just saying, this is possible. On the other end, where you may say, well, I don't want to be a team builder. I don't want to build a team. Well, okay, if you want to build a travel. Well, went in here and took some travel with the Omni. Check this out. Omni Hotels and Resorts. One owner of all the hotels. 42 properties. There is no Omni that is exactly the same. OmniHotel.com. Do the travel then. But receive what you came here to receive. We have to be paid on something in this company for our own benefit, number one. For us to stand there and sit in that mirror and see that smile on our own face, say, girl, you did that. Man, you did that right there. But guess what? It didn't just impact you. It impacts our team. It impacts our company. Back to you, Rick and Bert.
Well, I know one of the things that I said, I'm a book on the vortex. You heard Brenda mention earlier, we're going to, I forget what concert. I don't know if it's Tina Turner or somebody, but we booked it through Ticketmasters on our site. And it was a couple of dollars more than Ticketmasters. Not much, but I want to see how the commission comes. We get paid a commission. That little extra was probably the commission. But the fact that on your TravManity site that you have a link to Ticketmaster, that you can copy that link and you can put it on social media or send it to a friend and say, if you want these sports events, whatever, concerts, if you want to book through this link. You could do the same thing for passports and visas. You pull it up on your site. Up at the top in the address will be a link. That's your link that comes to your page. You can put that visa and passport link on social media. If you need a passport, if you need a visa, here. You got the other link, that travel advisories, and where you can look at any country health information, the shots that you may need. It links to the CDC, and a person can research any country in the world, and it gives the specifics for that country and travel. You could put that on your Facebook page as a general, help. If you need information on any country, here's the link. And all these links on your site, RV rental. If you go to RV rental on your TrappManity site and click on it, at the top, you'll see the address for that site, for your site, RV rental. You can copy that link that shows up in the address, and you could put that anywhere to drive people to your page, to your site. All these options. And you have access to social media. Any link that you want, you can put on your page, your Facebook page, your Instagram page. And this is a service. This is a service. We have the ability to provide a service to people, and options, to provide that service. Wow, it's just so powerful. The things that we have. You could be talking to some. Go ahead.
You just said something, and it just clicked something in me. You have to believe that you're providing a service.
Ooh.
We're not here to rip people off.
Ooh.
Like the lady that was sitting out there. If I would have thought that you're this lady sitting here and wallering, you're trying to book her on a hotel. That's not the heart, people. That is not our heart. Your heart is to help and to provide a service. And even with the Omni, look at this. Every booking, we give back to the homeless community. Come on, somebody. We are givers. We're here to help serve lives. So serve the light and be okay with that.
That's powerful, and it's just the spirit of service. I believe the spirit of service overrides fear, the spirit of fear. When you're doing something, and see, whatever a person feels is none of my business anyway. But when you're doing something that you're doing out of a good heart and providing a service for someone, and out of a good heart, however they respond to that, they're looking at themselves in the mirror. And that's none of my business. I'm looking for the people who, can respond, to the spirit. Ed and I was talking, and we were just saying how, the people that respond to the spirit are the ones that are drawn by the spirit. I'm the one that's doing the interviewing. If they reject the spirit, which is a pure spirit, I mean, it's like, I'm not trying to get anything from you. I'm trying to get something to you. If they reject that, that's none of my business. They've just sorted themselves out. and that's a dance phrase, that they sorted themselves out. I think Brenda said this a while back, because the way you bring a person in is the way you got to keep them in. And if you got to twist their arm, bow down to them in pure D worship, you're going to have to continue to do that, throughout the relationship. If it's not like you want, let it go. And if it's yours, it'll come back. Back to you, Brenda.
Wow, that's so true. Anybody else?
I can just add that everything has been said is really good, and I can also vouch that we do get paid, because I had a delay in my check coming back after a cruise, but then I called Christina, and she was in TrappManity, and she was able to research it, and it did take more than 90 days. So that was concerning, but I did get paid. So yeah, it does work. And thanks for all the comments. That was, just another testimony.
Oh yeah, and
That's good.
let me know when you want to do the presentation. I've got to update funding by travel. Now it still works. And one of the things I was saying, if a person can see 60%, they should really get excited about 100%. So still give it out. Let people see. They don't even know the difference, And then you can come back and up and say, "Hey, guess what? Go ahead, Ron."
Well, that's what I was just going to say. The exciting news, I just shared that with Pastor Dave because we are scheduled for lunch today. We rescheduled for next Thursday. I'm presenting funding by travel for my church. They are seriously looking at bringing on and becoming a Surge Travel Service company for our church. Our congregation is a foundation for funding our missions and food bank. But the key is, when I said it was good, the first time we generally talked, and you met with Pastor Ken, and now we move forward. But it's gotten better, and that's what I told him. I said, you're going to be so happy because not only did it get better, there's more money here for us, and guess what? I have an updated version to present to you. So, wait.
Amen. I mean, if they get 60% now, you're just saying, "Hey, guess what? It's even greater. It's 100." Can you imagine?
Yeah.
100% coming back of whatever is saved globally, and you don't have to manage this. And I just, Lord Father, someday the people who are evacuating, and we've got rain here now because of the hurricane, that are mandatory evacuations, that organizations, churches would get it, and that they can give out this free link, and it's a fundraiser while going through a crisis, as well as providing a service for people. And we talk about throwaway cash. People are throwing away their cash opportunity to raise money by giving it to Expedia and Priceline. When now they have a tool that allows them to not only save the people money over those prices, the public parity price, but to raise money coming back. And so we have access to that commission that makes Expedia billions of dollars, and now we can harness and redirect that money to go where we choose. And so Ron was just talking about the church that gets us, and they do a lot of community programs, and to harness and redirect this wealth. I want you to put time into your business, like Chantel was saying. Mind your business. We're preparing for the deluge of people who are coming our way. So put that time in your business, and watch what happens. Back to you, Brent.
Wow, that was good. Anybody else?
Brother Rick,
don't see. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I just want to mention too,
Okay.
as Rick has developed and really fine-tuned this program of funding by travel, I'll say for churches, but you realize that churches are always looking for people to love their willingness to be loyal and have stewardship to fund the church, to support the church. They're living their life, and now we're saying to them, now you can choose, still live your life, and living your life and traveling and going places, you're actually going to benefit the church even more because the money's being spent, but instead of going over to Expedia, it's going to come back to the church. That's stewardship. That's determining. That's the deliberate choice for our money going to help the church. That is a very powerful message that we will bring to the table.
Wow, awesome. It is. It really is. And we have so many things that we can do in so many different ways that we can help people. Anybody else? So I think we should do that. I go out, even if you haven't taken or been in your back office to take those classes again, spend some time in doing it. Spend some time in your back office. See exactly how things work. Play with your business. I know like Rick said, he was playing around with the tickets and he did that. And you can even go and dream a little bit. Go ahead and book yourself a Mediterranean cruise. Go ahead and book yourself, to stay on Bora Bora. Just play around with it, and if you're not ready yet, just don't put the credit card information in. But you can definitely put together a real nice trip. It's nothing like dreaming and being able to use your business. So when someone asks you the question, at least you know the steps. So that's a real good thing, to know the steps, know where to find the information, even if you don't have it all memorized. And you learn how to find the information by going into your back office. Oh, guys, we always have great calls, packed with great information. Everyone, yes, go right ahead.
I just want to say, anyone, if you are not connected to Carol Lee Miles on Facebook, you need to connect with her and Senior Daddy Love. They are amazing. They're doing back to back cruises and everything else. So it's just inspiring. Back to you, Brenda.
Yeah, it is. They are all over the place doing these cruises. And that's what we all want to do. I mean, cruising might not be your thing, but you definitely want to travel and see some different things. And that's what's so fun about the business. And the way they're advertising it, Miles of Love Travel, I love that name because she's Carol Lee Miles and now Carol Lee Love, and he's Larry Love. So they have the Miles of Love Travel. I think that's so cute. But yeah, it's all about enjoying it and having fun with it. So remember that too, when you're doing it and you're have fun with it. That's what's so great about our business. It is all about having fun. And anybody else? Well, alrighty, as I go and enjoy this rain, I want everybody to take the rest of the day. Have a great day. Remember that we are the #1 team in Surge 365. We are all winners. And I look forward to seeing you all on the beach of the world. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye. Blessings.
Bye.